together for 9 months, and basically we all started at level 0, and we level up a little bit at a time on our own through each step on our own pace, and it ends up where you see tonight. And we're going to play some very challenging music for you, and we're excited to share this with you tonight. A couple of things I want you to think about. These students have worked very hard, and I believe they do deserve our full attention. So please silence electronic devices that you may have. Limit your conversations to one another. If you have an emergency where you need to use an electronic device, please leave. And then after that song is done, you can come back in. We don't want to go in while a song is going on. When the conductor, that's me, hands come down, that's when you will applaud. That's how you'll know that the song is for sure over. You can watch for that to know exactly when to give your applause. All right, we're going to start tonight really fast with Furioso by Robert W. Smith. Here we go. My name is Mr. Land, and I have the privilege of serving as the band director for Elmwood Middle School. It's a great place to be, a great place to work, and these kids make it a lot of fun consistently for themselves and for me. At this moment, I want to recognize a few students who've done something extra. So students, this is going to be the people that earned the pass-off. So think about if that's you and you went on the trip today. Originally, we had this concert scheduled last night, so thank you for being flexible to make it work tonight. And that means the field trip was on the day of the concert instead of the day before. So to earn this field trip from beginning band, you had to complete 20 pass-offs, and the last 5 of those are very difficult. And we'll help the kids go as far as they can on those, but they have to actually earn that. And today we went to Locomotion and played for 2 hours on go-karts and mini golf and arcade games and pizza buffet as well, which is a lot of fun. If you earned that trip and went with us today, would you please stand up? If you're percussion, wave your hand so we can see you there. Thank you. Very exciting. If you got someone that went on that trip and is playing tonight, I expect they will sleep very well. I know that I will. It was a good time. All right, our next selection for you, we're going to slow things down a little bit with a ballad. This is called Rising Star. Just all of these beginning band students are rising stars to you and to me. And in this one, we're really working on our balance and blend, learning to listen for who has the melody at this moment and where does my part fit in. This is many more independent parts than what you might hear in some beginning band concerts. So they have to play their own part themselves and understand where it fits in the group. Here's Rising Star. I wanted to have a piece to help them learn to really watch the conductor. That's an important skill of being part of a large ensemble like this. So I picked one that had multiple fermati or fermata at the end. So they would have to really watch for this to stop and to resume. You may have noticed that at the end, and that's a really good exercise for them to do as young musicians. Now we're moving on to Mythos by Chris Bernotas. This one's inspired by Greek mythology. It's very exciting. This is our most challenging piece that we're going to play tonight. Oh, before I do, I need to remember one more group to recognize. So we have an optional thing they can choose to do as a sixth grader. It's called Solo and Ensemble Competition. It is sanctioned through ASBOA, which is the Arkansas State Band and Orchestra Association. So these students either chose to play a solo on their own or a duet with one other friend. And everyone that we sent to participate in this festival either earned a 1 or a 2, first division or second division. And students, let me get out of the way so you can see them. Students, you may see some of them have their medals. I said they could wear them if they wanted to. Students, if you earned a medal at solo and ensemble, would you stand? If you're percussion, would you wave so we can see that that's you? All right. All right, great. You can sit down. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mythos. This is a very challenging one for us. We're excited to share it with you. right. That was a really good run on Mythos, you guys. Great job. Great job. Cool. Thank you. For the next part here, we're going to do some awards. The main thing I want you to know, that I want the students to know, and that I want the families out here to know, is that the band is huge, and we love that. If we took the time to recognize every single one and tell you all the stories that I have, you would get tired of me talking to you for sure. So we're not going to do that. There are way more students up here deserving of awards like this than what we can actually recognize. It's been great to get to know your students. If you have time and you want to ask me, I would love to tell you stories about your students and the way that I see them growing and achieving. It just really fills me up every day. So let's do some awards here. The first award we're going to give out is called our Spirit of the Band Award. And this one was voted on by the students themselves. So they voted for each other, and they wanted to know who to vote for. And I reminded them of our Elmwood School rules, which I love. They are, what are our Elmwood School rules? Work hard, be nice. That's it. So I asked them, like, who do you know in your classroom? This is 3 different classes of kids, and we get together like 4 times a year to put a concert on. Twice a year, we get little practices together, which is fun. So I asked them to vote for someone in their own classroom that exhibits that within our band program. Consistently works hard, consistently is nice. Someone that when they help you with something, it makes you feel better about it, not someone that helps you with something, it makes you feel small, because nobody really likes to feel that way. And we've all had people do that to us at some point. Okay, so these are our Spirit of the Band Awards. There were several ties on this, actually, which made it fun, because that means we get to give out a lot more awards. So, all right, here we go. Students, if I call your name, just go ahead and walk out up here, and you can collect these from me. Make sure I get them all. We'll start with 5th period. Our 5th period is low brass and horns. All right, our first Spirit of the Band Award, there was a tie in this class, but the first one is Caroline White. Also from 5th period, Wyatt Coleman. All right, 6th period is a monster class. There's 70 woodwind players in there. They're fantastic. Like almost half of them went on our trip today because they're highly motivated. So it worked out really well that we had a 3-way tie. So here we go. Spirit of the Band Awards for 6th period woodwinds. Mr. Garrett Henson. From the same section, Mr. Charlie Chola. And we had one more from this group. It's a member of one of our smallest sections of the band. This is Miss Adeline Vera. All right, we have a few more awards. These are some that I chose, and the first one is going to go to
Oh, wait. Spirit of the Band, 7th period. Oops. Okay, I got those. Spirit of the Band, 7th period. We actually ended up with a tie, and we had, this is trumpets and percussion. We have one from each section. From trumpets, Mr. Grayson Wooderman. From percussion, Spirit of the Band Award goes to someone that broke their wrist and continued to work very hard every day. Caitlin Orr. Come on, Katie. She's walking all the way through from percussion. Okay, next awards. These are outstanding. So I have one for each instrument family, not for each class. So we have outstanding brass, outstanding percussion, and outstanding woodwind. These are the players that were consistently the best players all year long. So outstanding percussion, we'll do that one first. This one goes to Mr. Adler Childers. Outstanding brass. Outstanding brass. This one goes to Owen Herzig. Outstanding woodwinds. Outstanding woodwind. This goes to Charlie Zetrich. The next we have is our most improved players, and these are all players that can really play. They have improved a tremendous amount throughout the year. I'm so proud of their progress. I want to recognize that. We'll do most improved percussion first, and that is Miss Genevieve Givens. Genevieve. Yeah, here she comes. Most improved brass player, coming on very strong in the last half of the year, Mr. Maddox Moore. Most improved woodwind, same sort of thing. This young lady can really play, and she's shined here at the end of the year the most. This is going to Layla Flores. Okay, last awards we have here. For these, I did do one per class. These are leadership awards. These are the kids that I can depend upon the most to be ready and to help kids around them be ready, like I mentioned earlier, in ways that make them feel powerful, not strong with their peers, or not small. So, first one, 5th period, goes to Aiden Aldridge. Sixth period. When my hand goes up to get class started, I can always count on this student to have their hand up immediately and to remind others to be ready as well. Sixth period, this goes to Kennedy Wolf. Seventh period leadership award. This is the last award I have for beginners. Then we're going to play Ride by 21 Pilots for you. This goes to a percussionist who helps everybody be ready. This is Sophia Alonso. All right, Ride, here we go. Let's hear it one more time for the Elmwood Beginning Band. These kids are awesome. All right, this information's for students and parents. So All right, so they need to go and put their instruments away before they meet back up with you. If you're leaving, that's fine. If you're going to be watching, they can bring their case in here with them and watch. If they're a tuba or a euphonium, I will bring their instrument back if they want. You can leave it by the doors over here, the metal doors, not the glass doors, and we'll take them back after all the concert's finished. If you play tuba or euphonium or percussion, you can start to exit out now. Everyone else can wait a moment, please. Trumpets, your cases are over here, so trumpets, would you go out this way? Horns and trumpets, go this way, please. Horns and trumpets, go out this side, and you can start packing up.
Good evening. Welcome to our second of 3 consecutive concerts tonight. This is the concert band made up of 7th and 8th grade students. And we are going to play for you starting with Andalusia by Victor Lopez. This is a march, but it's a Spanish march, so it doesn't sound maybe like, if you're a fan of John Philip Sousa, it doesn't sound quite like that style of march, like a military band march. Features some fantastic castanet playing from the percussion, so listen for that. Here we go. All right, so this is the concert band, and these students have worked really hard with me all year long, and it took a while to get to know each other. This is my first year, really my first year as a band director. I was a band director 12 years ago. I've been teaching elementary music ever since then, and now getting to be with these students has been a real joy all year long to watch their progress. And I was so proud of their progress, I wanted to put something very challenging in front of them, and so the next piece we'll play is the most challenging one they have tonight. Before we do that, I want to recognize 2 groups of students. So if you're in one of these groups, then I'm going to ask you to stand. We'll give you an applause. And so the first group I want to recognize is the students that went on the field trip. So in this group, we had a field trip today. This concert was scheduled for last night, and we moved it to today because of storms. And so the field trip was supposed to come after the concert. But it's all good. So it'll make them very tired tonight if they win on both of these things. So if they could earn it by either trying out for All Region Band, and they had to like try out for us first and make sure they could play the music. We helped them out because it's very challenging music. So if they played a well-prepared audition for All Region Band, that was one way that they could earn the trip. The other way was to do 10 pass-offs, and they just get harder and harder and harder as they go. And so if you earned that either way, and you went on the trip with us today,
would you stand up so we can celebrate you, please? If that was you, go ahead and stand. Thank you. The next group we want to recognize is students that participated in solo and ensembles. So we have a festival every year that's sanctioned by our region for ASBOA, that's Arkansas State Band and Orchestra Association. And the students can go, and in this group, we took either a solo where they're playing all by themselves, you gotta be very brave for that, or a duet, playing with a friend to support you, but just the two of you learning to work together. You've got to start your song and end your song together and all those things. And I'm very happy to report that in all of our band program, every student that went this year earned a first division or second division, and that they get a medal for that. I did allow them to wear their medals and invite them to if they wanted. So students, if you participated in solo and ensemble and earned a medal for yourself and our school, would you stand up, please? All right, thank you. All right, this is Aggressivo by Randall Standridge. It's the most challenging one that we're playing. They've been working on fast notes, and so we're going to play really fast. Here we go. Yeah, that was really fast. That might have been the fastest we played it. I was excited, but they followed along pretty well. For the next part, we're going to talk a little bit about awards. In a band of this size, there are way more students deserving of awards than we can give out. If we gave them out to every single student, you'd be here a long time, and I don't think you really would like us to do that.
If you want to know more about my interaction with your students, I would love to tell you the stories that I've learned about them. You can send me a message through the band up or an email or come up after we finish the last performance tonight. And I'm happy to talk with you about your child. There are a few students we're going to recognize right now. So the first one is an award that I actually had them vote on. This is our Spirit of the Band Award. And they asked, so what are we looking for? What does that mean? And so I asked them, what is our Elmwood motto, our main school rules? There's 2 rules. What's the first one? Work hard. And what's the second one? Be nice. See, they know these. And this is like the building blocks for Elmwood Middle School, which is a great place to work, and it seems like a great place to go to school. And so we're going to find out who they voted for today. They've been asking me about this. We actually had a tie on this one, so there will be 2 students getting this award. I could have flipped a coin and given it to only one of them, but that didn't seem very great. So 2 of you are going to get this award. First one, voted on by your peers. That's really special. First one is Emily Moreno. Our second Spirit of the Band Award goes to Henry Walters. All right, the next award is one that I have chosen. This is outstanding for each family of instruments, so that's woodwinds, brass, and percussion. And so the first one, we'll do percussion. They've got to come from the back. Oh, they can get through easy right here. Cool. In beginning band, this is part of why we were behind on schedule. They had to go all the way around to get here. Outstanding percussion for the concert band this year is Hunter Graue. Outstanding woodwind. Outstanding woodwind. This is a person who goes and does all of the things. Stood up for both of the things from earlier. This is Finley Ritchie. Outstanding brass. Outstanding brass. This student also is one of the nicest people you'd ever get a chance to meet if you have a chance to talk to him. Outstanding brass goes to Gabriel Wilkie. All right, next we have Most Improved, and in every case with our Most Improved Awards, these are kids that can really play. And they've come on very strong in like the second half of the semester, and I want to make sure we're rewarding their growth that I'm seeing. So, Most Improved Percussion, one for each instrument family again. Most Improved Percussion is Mr. Aiden Nash. Most Improved Woodwind. Most Improved Woodwind. This goes to Mr. Nathan Scott. And Most Improved Brass. This one goes to Miss Lily McBride. I have one final award to give out. This is the Leadership Award for this group. This is a student that I can always count on to help me with whatever I need, a student that helps around them, a student that whenever they help people around them, it makes them feel bigger, not smaller, because if you ever had someone help you in a way that made you feel small, that we don't really like that so much. And so this award goes to Mr. Adrian Rivas.
All right, that finishes up the rewards part of this, and now we're going to play for you the theme from Jurassic Park by John Williams, arranged by Michael Sweeney. This will be our last performance of the night. If you have time, you're welcome to stay for symphonic band as well. If you got to go, I totally understand that. Here we go. All right, students, let's go ahead and send the fourth row out first. Going that way, back to the band room to put your things away. And either join your family in the audience or join your family and head out if that's what you need to do. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I'd love for you to stay and hear the last group. We have 3 songs left to do. Here we go. Good evening. This is the Symphonic Band. This is our most advanced group that we have here at our school. We're very excited that next year, actually, we'll add a third group that'll be more advanced than this, which is even very exciting. But this is our symphonic band here. And it's been quite the journey working with these kids throughout the year. We'll talk to you more about that in a minute. For now, we're going to play Sadness and Sorrow. Working on playing nice long phrases, smooth legato playing. And this is what we're going to bring to you right now. All right. Very nice job. We're working on watching each other and just having communication all the time. Things are going very well. I do want to recognize a few groups right now, students that did something extra and achieved. So the first group we want to recognize is students that participated in Solo and Ensemble Festival. So Solo and Ensemble Festival is where the students can participate in a solo where they play all by themselves, or they can play in a small group. And so we had duets and quartets in this group, I believe.
And everyone from Elmwood Middle School that participated this year earned a first division or second division, which means they get a medal for themselves and recognition for our school, which is really cool. And I invited those students to wear their medals tonight if they want. Students, if you participated, which means you also earned a medal at Solo Ensemble, would you please stand up so we can celebrate you? If you're in percussion, give us a wave so we know who those people are back there. All right, thank you. You can sit down, thank you. All right, I was making my notes and ran out of time, so I'm gonna try to get this one exactly right. So, the next group I want to recognize is All Region Band. So All Region Band is actually the highest honor you can get as a middle school band student. And to achieve this honor, you're competing against 7th, 8th, and 9th grade all together. So you have some high school kids that you have to be able to beat out to earn your spots in this group. It's very challenging to be a part of this. And so we had 7 students from this group that got a chance to be a part of that. So let's see, I'm gonna go from that side over there, over here, and I'm gonna call all their names. Would you wait to applaud until they're all standing, please? So we have on horn, Miss Emma Vera. Go ahead and stand up, please, Emma. And, hope we not miss anybody. We have Joseph Rubio right here on euphonium. Man. And continuing along this way, for trumpets, we have 3 in trumpets. We have Corbin Risky, and we have Kason Franz, and Noah Geese. And we have 2 in the woodwinds as well. We have Joey Trujillo, go ahead and stand up, Joey. And Zoe Peebles. All right. Congratulations, all region players. You can have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Our next song is one of my 3 favorites that they're performing tonight. I really like all these a lot. This next one is called Malagueña, and it's a Spanish melody that's been around for a very long time. This version is arranged by Mr. Michael Story, and it's really cool to hear them play this one. What I want you to watch for is how much we're watching each other in this. So this one has a lot of tempo changes where it's speeding up and slowing down, and if they're not watching, it just doesn't work. And so we've worked a lot on just watching each other, getting as much eye contact between me and the group as possible, so we stay together on this. Here we go, Malagueña.
so for the next part of our program, we're going to talk about awards for this group. In a group this large, there are always going to be even more and even more and even more kids deserving of these awards. So if you would like to talk with me about your student, I would love to tell you all the stories that we've gone through together and the ways that I've seen them grow and seen them improve throughout the year. But we're only going to honor a few people so the concert stays relatively on, well, not any later than it already is. So the first award we're going to do is our Spirit of the Band Award. So, move the blanket from the secrets. Okay. The Spirit of the Band Award is actually one that they voted on. And what qualities are we looking for? We're looking for people that show within our band program. They show really well our Elmwood school rules. So tell them what's rule number 1 and what's rule number 2. That's it. So that's what we're all about at Elmwood. If you're doing those things, you're going to fit right in. Those are our 2 rules. So kids that really do that, and one example I gave, I try to get this example in every class, is we're looking for the kind of person that when they help you with something to get better, it makes you feel like more confident, more powerful, something that doesn't make you feel small. Because if you ever had someone help you and it makes you feel small, that doesn't feel so great inside. So this is what I challenge them to try to do. So, our Spirit of the Band Award goes to Mr. Finian Stoner. All right, the next award is one that I chose, and this will be Outstanding Awards. So we have an Outstanding Award for woodwind, brass, and percussion. Outstanding Percussion, someone that's been consistently on top of things all year long, helps us stay organized, and plays very well. It's the only 8th grader in the percussion section, actually. It's Miss Fiona Freeman. All right, our next Outstanding Award, let's do this one right here. Okay, Outstanding Woodwind. This was very difficult to do because there's a lot of great woodwind players in our group, and the Outstanding Woodwind Award actually goes to a student that made first band all region, and it made 3rd chair all region, which is very impressive. And the student did this as a 7th grader. This goes to Mr. Joey Trujillo. All right, Outstanding Brass. Again, there's a lot of really great brass players in our band. And this one actually, it worked out kind of neat. They did not plan it this way, but this student's going to get kind of featured with a nice solo in our last piece. So this is Miss Emma Vera. All right, next we're moving on to Most Improved. Most Improved. If you know these students, what you'll find is that these students can really play, but it just felt to me like every time I hear these kids play, they sound better than the last time, and it's been amazing to watch their growth, and I really want to recognize that specifically. But these kids can really play. Most Improved Brass goes to Joseph Rubio. Most Improved Percussion. Most Improved Percussion. This goes to Valencia Peril. All right, and so that leaves Most Improved Woodwind. This is also a 7th grade woodwind that made
first band all region, which is very difficult to do because, as I mentioned earlier, you're beating out 8th and 9th graders to do this. And every time I've heard her play all year long, sounds even better. Zoe Peebles. Come on up, Zoe. Next to the last award here, I have a leadership award that I've chosen, and this is someone that I have found to be incredibly dependable, someone that is helpful around them. If I need to get something done, this is the first person that comes to mind, and this is for Farron Jones. She's going to be a great leader in the Mountie Band next year, too. I'm excited about that. We have one final award. And so this is the award that's on a perpetual plaque, which means it stays in the band room all the time. This person's name is going to be up there forever, as far as I'm aware. And there are other people's names. You can go and see who has earned this award. I saw that the previous award winner was here tonight, which is kind of cool, from last year. So they get a personal plaque to keep. And then they have also the plaque that will be up in the band room with their name on it. And this person is the most helpful person I know. Also made first band all region. So not just a great helpful person, but a very good player. And the most dependable person I've met in a long time. Cason France. Director's Award for 24-25. It'll be hard for you to see, but this is the plaque that's up, and so he's the last name over here. So for next year, we'll have to expand the plaque or get a new one, but that'll be up in the band room over the summer, probably. All right. So for our final performance, this would be better with the music stand. Can I borrow that music stand? For our final performance, we're doing a song that it's really interesting. It's based on a true historical event. This is a tone poem or a symphonic poem, which means it's a song that's inspired by something that they want you to like picture it and think about it in your head. And I didn't think you want to hear me ramble anymore. And so I had the students send in some essays if they were interested about the summary of this real world event. And Sophia's was excellent. And Sophia's been asking me like every day for over a week, like, hey, have you figured out who this is going to be yet? And so I've known for a while it was her. I just haven't been able to get around to looking through and making sure that this is what we want to do. So Ms. Sophia, would you tell us a brief version of the story so that you can be imagining these events as you hear the song? We call this one Train Song, but it's really called The Great Locomotive Chase by Robert W. Smith.
During the American Civil War, a daring military raid happened, also known as Andrews Raid. On the day of April 12, 1862, a group of Union soldiers and local people who volunteered were led by James J. Andrews to go on a secret mission far into Confederate land. Their plan? To go and steal a train and ruin the Western and Atlantic Railroad. Between Atlanta and Chattanooga, to disrupt Confederate supply lines and their means to communication with each other, the raiders took over a train called the General at a station in Georgia, while the unsuspecting crew was eating breakfast. As they sped northbound, the raiders sliced telegraph lines and sabotaged sections of the track to keep the Confederates away. Instead, Confederate forces quickly responded, and then the chase began. One of the main trains used in the high-speed chase was called the Texas. It managed to chase the stolen train for most of the pursuit. This chase lasted almost 90 miles, but eventually the Union raiders ran out of fuel and had to leave the train. All of these people were caught, and most were being tried in court. Those tried in court faced execution for being spies. The others were imprisoned eventually, either escaping or being released in prisoner exchanges. Despite the failure of the raid, it slowly turned legendary for the quick thinking of the people involved in it. This story has inspired many pieces of work, like the song we're playing today. and a Disney film, and a couple other pieces of media. This awe-inspiring mission is still known as one of the most famous happenings of the Civil War. 6 of the Raiders were awarded with the Medal of Honor, being the first people to win this award and forever claiming their spot in this exciting American history.
Okay, so this song has a train whistle, and our train whistle's not quite loud enough. And Will's very excited about it. So I'm going to bring this microphone back there. And Lucas in the booth is ready. We're going to mix this in with our sound. Probably going to be best for me to go right through here. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.